Hello, Uncle Ted, the Ice Cream Alchemist with ice cream every day, and this is Strawberry-Rhubarb Cheesecake Ice Cream. And folks, this is a very lush and rich ice cream. You're going to love it. This is one of the richest ice creams I've ever made, and it is just stunning once you finally get a chance to try it. But let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I was lucky enough that a wonderful lady gave me some rhubarb out of her garden. And so we're going to start with a pound of rhubarb and a pound of strawberries. We're going to chop them up. For the strawberries, obviously, we're going to go ahead and hull those and quarter them. And then we're going to put them in a pan. With the pan, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar per pound of fruit. So go ahead and use the white sugar, mix that in, and then we're going to heat this up slowly on low heat. We don't want to burn this, we don't want to scorch it, we just want to slowly heat this stuff up. You know, I've been very lucky to have some great people help me out here. I had a wonderful lady give me access to her rhubarb in her garden, and as a result I have this magnificent rhubarb to use here today. And I've also had people who have hooked me up with sugar, hooked me up with cream, and I'm very grateful to all of them. Now what we do is we slowly heat this up until it's in a state called jammy. I think Mary Berry coined that term, but we cook it until it cooks down until it's like the consistency of jam. So I learned a new word, jammy. So we cook it until it's jammy. Once it's jammy, we take it off the heat and we let it cool. And so let's go ahead and talk about our lineup. Nothing out of the ordinary here if you've seen my other videos. Luckily I'm in Wisconsin, so I have access to some wonderful dairy, and that always makes the difference. And the other thing too is I am using a vanilla extract. It's the Mexican variety, just because honestly I can't afford to spend money on the expensive vanilla stuff. If I had the money, I would certainly do it. And just like in the other videos in the past, we're going to slowly heat that dairy up. Once it's warm, we're going to go ahead and add our dry milk. And as before, we do this in stages, because if you dump it all in, it's going to clump up. It's going to be a real mess. So put a little bit in, whisk it, put a little bit in, whisk it, and just repeat that. Once you've got that in, then we're going to go ahead and add our cream cheese. Now I've let that cream cheese stay out on the counter for a couple hours to warm up so it's nice and soft. I cut it up into little pieces and put that into the dairy, and then whisk that in until it's good and mixed. After that, I go ahead and I add the sugar. Once we've got the dairy thoroughly heated and everything well blended, we're going to go ahead and add that to a bowl that has 1.5 cups of our fruit in it, and we're just going to go ahead and give that a good whisking. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my friends on Reddit. Your support has really meant a lot to me, and I greatly appreciate it. All you folks that have been sharing these links and liking the videos and subscribing, it really means a lot to me. And hopefully here I can get this channel monetized. Things are growing at a nice pace, but I really appreciate all that you folks have done for me. Next, we're going to go ahead and cover it up with plastic wrap, making sure the plastic actually touches the surface so the film doesn't form. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to crush our graham crackers and then sift out the powder. We want the pieces, not the powder. The powder will really wreck your ice cream. You want the chunks instead. We're going to use 1 cup of those graham cracker pieces, and we're going to add them as our ice cream is churning in the ice cream maker. When we're about 3/4 of the way done, then we're going to add it. Don't add it too early, because the graham cracker will absorb the liquid and get mushy and it's nasty. Wait until it's about 3/4 of the way done, then add your graham cracker pieces. You'll get a much better texture, and that is it, folks. That is really it. And you know what? I hope that you guys make this. I hope that you get a chance to do it. It is fabulous ice cream, and everybody that's tried this has absolutely loved it. Now, I do want to thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for clicking like and subscribing. Thank you for sharing the links. And you know, if you're not eating ice cream for breakfast, what's the point of being an adult?